Hello and welcome. It's time for Sherlock Holmes. It's also time for me to sleep, apparently. I'm feeling really tired, even though I've had a cup of coffee. You know, a second one today. And I've had a can of Relentless. I do not know why I'm tired. I shouldn't be, but I am. Might be due to the fact that I've been doing nothing but playing Lacuna between now and, well, between the end of the last stream and now. Taking a little bit of a break to go into Cyberpunk and make the character like I said I was going to for off-stream play. Which I'm probably not going to be doing all that much of until I actually finish the game on stream, because, don't want to accidentally do something on off-stream that I haven't done on stream and then forget about it and then just get confused. No. I've not done an awful lot today apart from Lacuna. I am literally right near the end of my final playthrough of it, and then that should give me platinum. Providing that everything has worked out fine, it should be the last of the 8 different endings, which will trigger the multiverse achievement, and then that will trigger platinum. And then I'm going to be sad to see it's gone and stop playing, because my good God, that's a very good game. Might go on to Disco Elysium after that, because similar type of game. Detective-y, very, very good, very well written. Just Disco Elysium's going to take a lot longer to platinum, because I can't finish Disco Elysium in under 2 hours. I've gotten Lacuna down to 1 hour and 47. When I'm depending on the route that I'm taking. Like, if I wanted to go for a really optimum route, I could reduce that playtime down significantly, but I don't know. I feel bad for submitting the incorrect and the bad answers to most things, even though, like, I found that when I played it on stream, I got one of the sheets wrong. And it wasn't even on purpose. And then going back and seeing what the correct answer was, oh, well, fine. And now I've been doing the correct answer every single time since then, despite it being faster to submit the wrong answer. So, yeah, I'm not exactly doing it the most optimal, efficient way. One of those things. But that's been lost of today, and to be fair, after I finish stream, I will probably go and get that ending and get Lacuna over and done with. Future things. The only thing going on this week is I have, providing that they're still up for it, I have the drunk stream with Jace on Friday, and I believe it's going to be at 11 PM BST. We're going to be playing Outriders together and both drinking. I have a bottle and a half of wine here, so I'm definitely set for that. Definitely very set for that. I know that compared to me, they're a lightweight, so it'll be pretty fun from the offset. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun on Friday. They are back from their holiday, all safe and sound, which is good to hear. I just chipped a load of paint off my nail. He's redoing then, apparently. But yeah, aside from that, there's nothing really to announce. I don't think I've... Oh yeah, I'm most likely going to be getting Monster Hunter Rise fairly soon. For £4. On Switch. Don't know when, but hopefully soonish. Won't be able to stream that because my Switch isn't streamable because it doesn't have HDMI ports because it's a Switch Lite, and it's been categorically stated you cannot stream those, which is a bugger. The only way that I could stream it would basically be to have a secondary camera attached to it pointing at the screen, which would be shite in terms of, well, everything really. So yeah, that's not going to happen. No Switch streams are going to happen because no point in getting a full one. Because I have the small one. The small one is fine. There's no point in getting a big one. But no, we are here today. We are continuing with Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. I do not know at all how long this game is. I know that I have DLC to do, and there's obviously the main case. It seems to be that the whole case behind Sherlock's mother is the main thing, and once that's solved, that's it. That's the main story finished. What I'm hoping, because of the format of the game, is that it then goes into a bit more of an open world thing, where I can just say, okay, now I'm going to initiate the DLC cases, and we can go through with those. So that's hopefully going to be what the plan is. So basically go through the story cases, do side cases if they come about, and once they're done, go with the DLC quests, cases, not quests, and then after that, I'll be done, and find something to replace this. But that hopefully will be a fair few streams in the future before we even get to that point. My only worry is because we've nearly unlocked all of Sherlock Holmes' previous house, and we've pretty much found out what happened to his mother. So yeah, I'm hoping that we're not near the end, because if we are, it's a very short game. I know that with investigative and mystery games, it's very difficult to get the balance of them right with interesting content and length, because a lot of them, if they go on for too long, then it just gets stale. But at the same time, streets. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. But we are going to be jumping in, and we have just solved the case of the Gilded Cage with the elephant, and we have been given a new thing to occupy us in the shape of a invitation to an art gallery by Werner Vogel, aka Moriarty. Don't know if he actually is Moriarty, but I'm very certain he is. I've not looked up any guides or anything like that, but I'm almost exactly certain that Werner Vogel is Moriarty. The profile just fits too well. The profile is just too fitting for him to be Moriarty. But yeah. Anyway, let's catch up with chat and jump into things. Hello, welcome DJ. My Jumpy Bitch got jumped by my own hand. Jesus, sorry to hear that. And thank you also, DJ, for the contribution to Horror Stream Challenge, and you're at 666 points again. It's almost like you're planning it. Well, that's everything there. So let's jump in. That is not what I pressed. That is. Oh yeah, to say it. That topic that just came up. After a case has finished, you can check the newspaper to see how it went. At this point, I might do that actually. Casebook, Virgil's Art Gallery invitation. Q, hello and welcome. 666, hello. Surprisingly, I'm not. There. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're thinking that John's presence is basically a trauma reaction from Sherlock to lock the stuff away. My mother's struggles with mental disease could well be hereditary, infect my own rationality. Ah. Always there to make life worse, and you do that stupendously well just by being French. News from abroad. I have no clues. I should be able to fast travel here, though.
Extra! Interested in some Cordona news?
Mange de lay mardi mon Christ.
Check the front page. You won't regret it.
An historic death. Many are immortalized by discoveries, good deeds, or achievements. Like the archaeologist, Arthur Swift will be in the books for a different reason. The murder of his partner, Theodore Gilden, using the latter's pet elephant. Mr. Swift shot a dart at the elephant, causing the furious and confused animal to kill Mr. Gilden. The ostensive motive? Ancient Roman treasures. Mr. Swift's trial was initially postponed due to his poor health, but is due to commence soon. Oh. You can definitely stay the fuck away from me if you've got mange Q. Why do you add a T at the end of the fuck? Coming from the Frenchie. I don't know how your language is supposed to be pronounced. You don't pronounce half the letters yourself. Eat shit, my Chris, so it's say. I would not trust that. That sounds like it keeps Google Translate, and Google Translate is very, very wrong all the time. Right, okay, so news from abroad. You'll find the gallery that's Caravanserai at the crossroads of Bazaar Road and Hermes Avenue in Old City. Bazaar Road, Hermes Avenue. So it's probably that. It's probably that. Chris is very French. Frank Cubicuus. In Quebec. It's always fucking Quebec's fault. Always. Okay. You have to piss off someone like you. Yeah. Well, that's definitely it. Good luck, Shark House, Funny. There he is. Hello, Moriarty.
Mr. Holmes, you came. Oh, how kind. Though now, of course, I realize it is because of my game, not the works on display.
It needn't be one or the other. Your man's disguise was easily debunked, Mr. Vogel, but I shall admit that you planted in me the seed of curiosity.
Ah, terrific. I had no doubt you'd put the pieces together. Let us call it an opening gambit before the real game begins.
So, this little game of yours...
It's
what's it
definitely
about?
Moriarty.
An enigma to solve. A locked
That is
door and the
definitely
basement with
Moriarty.
no windows found brutally vandalized. I have no clue how it was possible.
What about this intrusion? What happened?
Last night, I was about to leave the gallery when I heard a noise downstairs. I went to the basement, but I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. It was admittedly a rudimentary inspection. It is not uncommon to get rats down there, so seeing nothing of note, I left and locked up the building. When I returned this morning, alas, I discovered that part of the exhibition had been torched, and there was no sign of the intruder. The mystery being, of course, that all the doors to the gallery were locked exactly as I left them.
And the door to the basement is the only entrance?
Correct. Tell me you're not intrigued.
That's your mispronunciation of Christ. A lot of sacred words became swears because of strong religious presence. You share that with Norway. Like, my friend in Norway, like, he told me Norwegian and swearing, like, the Norwegian equivalent for fuck is bane, but that actually translates closer to devil. So, rather than saying, oh fuck, you're actually saying, oh devil, or oh by the devil. And, you know, over in Norway, speaking about religious stuff is considered worse than speaking about sex.
And this locked area downstairs, what exactly was it?
The Undergallery. It's always shut, and I'm the only one with the key.
Ah, so this is your private collection, not part of the gallery.
Oh, no. It's an exclusive exhibition of eccentric pieces. Only a select cadre of artists, investors, and collectors are admitted. Not everyone deserves to have their eyes opened.
Well, this matter is certainly within my wheelhouse.
This intrusion troubles me. Please take a look around if you're willing. The Undergallery is through the door at the end.
I will see what I see.
Hello, and welcome. You just missed a bit of the conversation, which pretty much confirms this guy's Moriarty. When we came along, he said, think of it as an opening gambit before the mainstay of the game. It's like, who is the only person that we know, apart from Sherlock, who refers to cases and such as a game? It's fucking Moriarty. Oh. And I've already come up with the stream VOD title of Investigating the Undergallery. We're going to be looking at his ballsack. The famous tabernacle, a cabinet in Christian churches containing what is needed to celebrate the Eucharist. So I now stop. Invade the cabinet. Considering that one of our political groups over here is called the Cabinet, that has a wholly different meaning. That has some fucking Guy Fawkes connections. Right, okay, so, lastly, Vogel had noticed the gallery descended the stairs but failed to check thoroughly. Well, he didn't fail to check thoroughly, he neglected to on purpose because he wanted Sherlock to get involved. Garden Spirit of the Waters, Odilon Red on White? Anarchy! Love and Pain, Edvard Munch. Looks like she's gonna fucking munch on him. Nom 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 nom. The Yellow Christ. Paul Corgan. AKA the precursor to The Simpsons. Grave of a suicide victim. Moving on. Pope Formosus and Stephen VI, Jean-Paul Laurens. That guy on the left is pointing as if he's saying, he's wearing a dress. Which apparently offends that guy. Die mad about it. Can I talk to you anymore?
I wish I could show you the gallery under different circumstances, but life is beautiful in its unpredictability, isn't it?
It's Moriarty.
You sure you don't like art, Sherry?
The Origin of the World. Gustav Corbett. That's a vagina. That was a vagina. Leave it to John to be rifling through a bush. The Apparition, Gustav Moreau. Everyone's point is like, holy shit, what the fuck was in that brownie? And now Q is dying of laughter. First Cyberpunk, now this. Just with that ass. God, you try and clap them cheeks, you'll break a bone. Q's off on one. Bollington from behind, Charles Chatternet. I'm guessing when an arse is involved, there will be plenty of Chatternet. Ah. The luncheon on the grass. And the guy in the black top was like, oh, nice tits, ma'am. Because she's just there fucking butt naked for some reason. Ah, Renaissance art. How can we spice this up? I know, add tits. The AC Swinburne room.
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
Ha!
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
Is that...
A true artist never shows an unfinished piece.
That because it looks like really dark green. It looked black on hair, but still close enough. Josie, hello and welcome. Lots of reconstruction going to be done.
Old, and hasn't been used for a long time.
Okay. What about that one? Do you like seeing boobs in deduction mode? Ah, Prince. To say, I don't think I can actually. Oh wait, no, I need to be in deduction mode in this. That'd be why. 29 inches. Small. 24 inches.
The left step's
Smaller.
length is shorter than the right. It indicates that the walker was lame.
Imagine having Charlotte's X-ray vision. Oh, I do. It's called the imagination. Lewd. Short footprints were left on the floor in I.Y. Franco's room. Maybe they came through the coal chute. Because, you know, that's the thing.
Closed with a metal bolt.
Hey, hello and welcome.
Footprints. Size 9.5.
Size 9.5 and 29 inches long. Yeah, that's tiny for you. It's me ambitious. Excuse me, I'm actually a whore. Of course you are. You're French. Scratches, fresh, magnet filings. Ah. Josie slut. Well, at least as long as you're comfortable in your identities. His response, yeah, we know.
Sherry, how about some company in that dreary chamber of yours?
Leave my loneliness unbroken, John. A handprint of the thing from another world. But it looks fresh, and its coal origin ruins the effect of the extra mundane.
Looks to have been slightly moved. You are love you.
Sodden and mold-ridden. One presumes deliberately.
Again, French. Ah, we have a cigarette.
A Malpal butt. Coal fingerprints. I think we're looking for a man with a coal moustache.
Would you look at that? Frame is empty.
Ugh, sheer vandalism. Only an ignorant person could do such a thing.
I've got reconstruction available now. I am not done though.
The parasites of creativity. Or just a reflection of the artist's recreational interests.
You never felt so accepted. You're easy to impress. Shit, it's me in the
Saturn
morning.
Devouring his son. Oh, grim composition.
Unflinching in its ferocity, yet somehow beautiful.
Gosh, John. He's throwing all the punches. He's been sassy
A
tonight.
simplistic attempt at provocation.
Alright. Painted so close to the candlelight, open flame. No, I mean, to be fair, that is what we're kind of in. What we're looking at. Okay, so what have we got here? Now, it says old hasn't been used in ages. Oh, it has to be that then. Oh. Wouldn't be Vogel. Because Vogel has no cold prints on his hands. Olden hasn't been used in ages. So let's talk about Malk. Accurate. Still, fuck you. Nah, it wouldn't be you. It's Vogel.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the hatch bolt. He accidentally pushed a shovel to the floor. Vogel heard the noise. At the sound of his approaching footsteps, the intruder hid inside the coffin. When Vogel entered the basement, he failed to notice anything strange and left without properly checking. The intruder waited until Vogel had left the caravanserai before burning the paintings in Wilde's room, but the vandalism was a cover for the theft.
The game is the end of a leg, aka a foot. Gold footprints going into a smoker who limps. Oh, we're gonna have to go and report this to Vogel. Ew, feet. Agreed. There's a stream thumbnail.
The pieces are not what I expected.
What do you think my collection is about?
It's all three of them. It's all three, because the bed represents decadence, the shark represents decay, and the coffin represents death. They're all three of them.
Dozens of priceless works amassed simply for the sake of it and presented without care. It's not about the art, it's about excess, yes?
I don't know.
Well, that's absurd. Of course you know. It's your gallery.
There is no one answer, no singular truth, but many filtered through the subjective mind. That forgetting, embellishing, lying machine. Besides, what's wrong with a lie if it makes life more interesting?
What's wrong with a lie? It corrupts the ability of others to behave freely and rationally.
Men never act freely and rationally anyway. It matters not what is or isn't in the end. The only important thing is how you feel. and I simply want to feel and consume as much as I can. Don't you?
Feelings are simply one's animal ancestry trying to wrest back control of the brain. I try to avoid the distraction.
You try not to feel, even in a place like this? None of it moves you?
To be frank, I struggle to maintain even a whit of interest in art.
But Mr. Holmes, it is joy incarnate. Mankind's
This is
greatest
definitely
achievement.
Moriarty.
Mankind's highest achievement above all others is objective and rational thought.
I see then why you dislike art, for it means whatever you want it to.
Or perhaps, Mr. Vogel, I was lying.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Vogel, my investigation has revealed that the intrusion was not merely vandalism but theft. The limping visitor left your place with a canvas.
That's very impressive.
This
God,
thief
itchy
was
eye.
familiar with the gallery and he was sporting a limp. Do any of your clients or artists come to mind?
My, your attention to detail is remarkable, Mr. Holmes. I should introduce you to Bosch's works. Alas, I'm afraid I cannot suggest a culprit.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the latch and dislodged the shovel while doing so. That's the noise you heard yesterday. When you went downstairs to investigate, he hid in the coffin.
It seems I should have checked the space more thoroughly.
The fire was a clever attempt to hide a stolen painting, even if it didn't fool me. I found the remnants of an empty frame in the pile of ashes. The canvas had been removed. Do you know which paintings in the Wild Room may have interested a thief? Were any particularly expensive?
Those pieces belong to a well-known artist named Boniface Mercurio. They're controversial, but not of a notably high value.
There's something more, is there not? I can see it in your eyes.
Indeed. There is another intriguing angle. I recently received an anonymous offer for one of Mercurio's works. The sum was more than fair, and indeed could have saved Mercurio from his artistic poverty. But he declined it.
Was it a performative whim? Some artists lionize pain and hardship as if their work would be worse after a meal and a hot bath.
I cannot tell. But not only did he refuse the deal, he insisted on displaying the painting in the public space. I was hoping to change his mind, but artists are a special breed of stubborn.
No, we're not. Shut up.
So where can I find Boniface Mercurio?
I know he lives somewhere in Old City, but couldn't be more specific. He's a prominent figure, so finding him shouldn't be a problem.
Prominent figure.
What was depicted in the piece?
A bound woman, wrapped in robes, being penetrated by a red devil that stared at us, the viewer. The beast
Sounds like a fun
had
time.
his tails growing from his back, and a large crowd gathered around the pair, silently watching the orgiastic scene.
Okay, well, given the nature of the other works on display, it's hard to see why that one stood out. Possibly its value.
The evaluation of art is very subjective, Mr. Holmes. After all, art is everything. A poem, a bruise, the beads of sweat on your beloved skin. Even a masterfully solved crime.
I'm not sure I see the connection.
Regardless, the painting was one of a series called The Sabbath Night in Cordona. The works depict sex, violence, and other controversial acts that life, for better or worse, contains.
Ah, I see.
I'm not sure that you do, but that can wait for another time.
Well, I believe I have...
Moriarty's being savage.
Thank you, Mr. Vogel. Your gallery certainly has unexpected depths.
I'm delighted to have been able to please a friend. In return, I expect you to come back with good news. Or at least with a good story.
Thank you, Eve, for your contribution to the Horror Stream Challenge. They've missed evidence. Well then. I must go and have a look again. I think I might know what it actually is. Yeah. Cane is fragile. Paintings? Don't know why that wasn't counted as key evidence, but sure. Ogre said the artist Boniface Mercurio lives somewhere in Old City, but he doesn't know where exactly. So that's either I need to talk to people, or I need to look for records. I don't know if I've actually got any. Mercurio is a prominent person. You miss, be careful what you miss, just in case the person gets angry. Always aim for the head. Unless you have a good enough shot, then just go for center mass.
Do you know anything about this?
I have a question too. Who looks an idiot in his fancy clothes? It's you.
I'm gonna fucking backhand you. The fact that it's got a book there suggests I need to go and research it, which means it's a... Gonna be something like, oh, City Hall, I think? For the records of people, or is that... Let's try City Hall. There's fast travels outside of this and place. If a game that's been said it's like Journey with 2D called Gris. I have it. I haven't played it, but I do own it. I... Prominent figure. You're a bit bigger than just fall in love. Nice. It says prominent figure. So it's Old City. We definitely know it's Old City. Period should be British, as you know, now. 1800s. But it's a citizen? Nope. Official? Nope. Other? Nope. Maybe it's not an occupation, maybe? Oh. I don't know. Jason spent a total of 4 hours awake today. Yeah, I did see the tweet from them saying, you know, woke up at 7 o'clock. Plane travel always gets you. Oh, fuck off, John. We've been in trouble. He's Australia. What we came to the archive to discover. You need to stand paper bastards to try and avoid me. Honestly, don't know. Recognize the name of Gris is the one that looks like a drawing? Believe so, yes. It wouldn't be... Check in the police archives, but I don't see why it would be in the police. Not quite sure why it would be in here, but hey. Crime subjects evidence districts. It's not going to be in any of those. Don't know them. Maybe it's it's just trying to find someone who would know who lives in Old City. Would help if I remember that I need to leave the building before trying to fast travel. Fell down the stairs.
Any progress with the case, Mr. Holmes?
Shush. I don't know.
Is this familiar to you?
Nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know more.
Well, if the police don't know where he is.
May I ask for your assistance?
I cannot be of help, sir. Someone else might know better.
I don't know them. Prominent figure somewhere in Old City. The book icon on the evidence suggests that I need to do research rather than talk to people. I mean, to be fair, all I can think of doing at this point in time is brute forcing it. And by brute forcing, I mean go to City Hall and try literally every combination I can find with Old City and see what that brings up.
I'm curious, how did Mycroft recruit you? I doubt you're a field agent. I imagine you work with intelligence.
That's correct. Your brother noticed me when I tracked down a spy at the archives. That's how our cooperation began. And you? Did Mycroft force you into this?
Not at all. We simply have a mutual interest in someone. Or something.
Of course. A fruitful and willing collaboration, I'm sure.
Well, I'm his younger brother. I have to accept the consequences of being a close relative of an official figure.
I suppose, in a way, we are colleagues, Mr. Holmes.
In the remotest...
That is an outlook that Sherlock does not keep for long, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, so I need to come to terms with the fact that my brother is an official. Goes from that to, oh, piss off Mycroft. Oh. So, it's definitely Old City. Occupation makes sense. Because, then that would be documenting him occupying his house, which would then give me his address. It's not a citizen. No. I don't know them. I don't know. really don't. Choose the evidence marked with the book icon. Have done. Read it carefully. 3 criteria. Choose appropriate search criteria for such evidence. Well, the thing is, it doesn't have the book icon there. Is that... If it doesn't have the book icon there, does that mean I'm searching in the wrong place? There's a third place I've just realised I've got archives I can search. The newspaper. That might be what it is. I might need to go and be searching the newspaper headquarters. Cordona Chronicle. Chronicle.
Mr. Holmes, I have something for you.
Yeah, Q, if you're still listening, call Jason absolute bean for me.
Mr. Holmes, I see what you're up to. Mysterious stranger pursues betrothed woman. But please, let us keep things professional. I have in my possession an envelope containing details of a special assignment for you. Tell me, are you interested?
Yes?
I believe I am, but to be very clear, Miss Sertle, my interest extends to the message and not the messenger.
So he claims he's not a gal sneaker, seducing women everywhere he goes. Perhaps the truth is even more scandalous?
Please spare me the speculation and return to the matter at hand.
A gang of smugglers, the Eels, have Cordona in their clammy grip. The British Empire can abide it no longer. Mycroft insists they be disbanded, but this organization only falls...
I don't think this is a...
...their odious leader, Friedrich Panzer. And note well, I did say capture, not kill. Inside your envelope is a map marked with the Eels' warehouses. But alas, we do not know in which Friedrich Panzer resides.
So even Mycroft has his limits.
Indeed. You must be sure to identify the correct warehouse before entering, because once one is compromised, the other's occupants will scatter. Here are all the files, and feel free to use the archive too. Again, do not enter the wrong location, nor see any harm done to Friedrich Panzer.
Miss Sertle, if you're quite done with the redundant instructions, I shall get to work.
Well, that's perfect. Tortured hero lashes out after rejected romance. Tomorrow's edition will be a sensation.
I don't like journalists. Still, to address what just happened, Callie, thank you very fucking much for the 5 gifted subs. What the actual fuck? And congratulations to Asami, Gothic, Aki, Josie, and Ichkin for receiving them. Fuck. What the fuck? There's a book icon there. My sweetie, I love you. I love you too, Callie. Still, what the fuck? Prominent suggests celebrity. Period. Recent. Confound it first time. The broad artist sellout. The past week has brought us a new scandal regarding the local so-called Artists' High Society. It all began at the painting sellouts named by local artists as the Dance of Decadence. The director of the publishing house, The Lion, Darren Terwick, broke through idyll by throwing a chair at a decadent artist, Boniface Mercurio. I take offence with your existence, sir. Have a chair. As Mr. Terwick said later, he did it because Mr. Mercurio brought dishonour to his name, and his cow. The column writer graciously reminds the media that recently Mr. Mercurio was spotted with Mrs. Terwick at a coffee shop. Afterwards, an orchestra conductor, Kurt Gallagher, smashed a painting across Mr. Terwick's head to protect his friend Mercurio. A large brawl started, including a large number of the customers. After a protracted fight, the police arrived. All the high society brawls were arrested and placed under guard for a week. What a breathtaking event it was. As your loyal personal advisor, I suggest that you obtain a souvenir from the sellout. Unfortunately, it has since ended, but Boniface Mercurio himself invites our readers to visit his home and purchase one of his paintings. You'll find him at the address Hermes Avenue between Scarlet Street and Olive Street in Old City. What the fuck? Okay. Also find Eli. Oh my good god. That's a lot of shit. In that evidence, and so recent obituaries. Silverton. Boom. It's like Dr. Bright. Dr. Bright isn't like this. Mr. William Hart died in a tragic accident in Silverton at the age of 29 years. A loving father and upstanding citizen. He leaves a wife and 5 children to mourn his passing. Fucking hell. He was dicking a lot, wasn't he? Broadcast is sellout, so we can now pin that evidence. Hermes Avenue between Scarlet Street and Olive Street in Old City. Scarlet Street and Old Street. Oh, sorry, Olive Street. There's Olive Street, there's Scarlet Street. Hermes Avenue, there we go. Yeah, that is definitely it, yep. Oh, I've got to go all the way back again. Right there. Boom. I'll look at the other stuff in the case. I work for eel hunting. Wim Hart's obituary, so that's who I've got to disguise myself as. Mycroft's service mission, such that he has one chance this year to enter one, he has to escape, and to say that will be unacceptable. File on the man on the inside. Mycroft spies an informant on the inside of the eels. Informant can be found near Warehouse 3. He's an ex-military man who lost his eye in battle. The informant will respond to the phrase, code phrase, however much for the fish. However, if I approach the wrong person, his position might be endangered, and I'll forfeit the opportunity to talk to him. File on the eels. Eels are a gang of smugglers operating between Cordona and Italy, working with the local fishermen under the legal name Cordona Fish Company. They sell the fish with highest gold to be covertly transported to Italy right under the nose of the British authorities. File on the eels lieutenants. Top Hat Jones, one of the eels lieutenants, might know more than the common smugglers, but he's unlikely to talk to anyone who's not part of the gang. He can be found on the north side of his Finch Cannery in Silverton. File on Friedrich Panzer. Friedrich Panzer is the leader of the Eels gang. Panzer is a dangerous fighter and a practical man who prefers to oversee the smuggling operations personally. He is known to be paranoid to the point of wearing armour. Should any of his warehouses be compromised, he'll immediately slip away from the island. Right. Just remember the Jet, you told me when you called Dr. Bright an SCP, he would just pull out a gun and shoot you in the leg. Sounds about right. That sounds like Dr. Bright, yes. Mr. Immortal. That's a lot, so we're gonna go back to this. Right. Now it's almost equidistant, but this one's slightly closer. Excuse me. Going up this way? Yeah, indeed going up this way. First right, second left. First right. One left. Two left. So he lives somewhere along here. Oh no. Well, it is over this way, but... Could it be that one? Yep.
Excuse me, young man. Where do you think you're going?
Greetings, Mum. I'm looking for the...
I don't care who you're looking for. You shall not pass. No visitors allowed.
I wish to buy a painting from Mr. Boniface Mercurio. Is he at...
Dearie, tell me, because old age has made me blind. Did someone write Information Bureau on my forehead? Because I'm not here to answer your questions. Entry is for residents only. If you aren't a resident, please leave, or I shall report you to the police.
I have to disguise myself. Mercurio's home limit said only residents were permitted to enter. I guess I'm not as tanned as unkempt as Bohemian artist. Oh. I've got to dress myself up like Mercurio. Oh my god. Well, this is going to be fun. Where is the nearest place that I can go and change? I can change now. No makeup. Why do they make him so pretty? There's a clothing trader. I was like, you know, just take the fast travel because it's right next to it.
Don't miss out on my unique clothes. Let's pick something that suits you.
Well, it's called Bohemian, so it's clearly that. Leave me alone, Mum.
Be careful with what you've taken. Don't pass by. Welcome, welcome.
Even that kid walked by, I was like, what the fuck are you?
Come, come. Decorate your house in Oriental style.
Oh shit, I just realised. He's got facial hair. Yes, I need to go to the... I need to go to the outfits shop to get some facial hair. Oh, sorry, Miss Diane, police, of course, in Sherlock Holmes way. Consulting detective. Artist bristle. Stubble with an attitude problem. Yeah, that sounds about right. There we go.
Be careful with what you've taken.
Oh dear. This surely can't go wrong. Surely. It can go wrong, and don't call me Shirley.
Boniface, sweetie. Is that you? Ah. Old age does terrible things to one's sight. I didn't recognize you at first.
How are you, Mum? I'm ashamed to admit that I've lost my key. Do you have a spare?
For heaven's sake. How many times will you lose that key of yours? Of course I have a spare. You artists all live in your own little world.
Please, accept my thanks.
I would rather accept your rent. You promised to pay me several weeks ago, and I'm still waiting.
I will pay you, I promise, very soon.
You'd better do, my dear. Or else I'll just change the lock. And I won't fall for those cow eyes.
Moo! This lady is great. Oh, yeah, she is. That's not that one. Can you blindly walk into every door? There we go. Oh! What did I say last week? What did I say last week? We were going to go and find someone who was important to the case, and I said, I bet you anything he turns up dead. I was right. I was just at the wrong case. I was, too early. Yes, an important person we need to get some information from. Oh shit, he's dead. Well, fuck. This puts things in a right palaver.
Red skin, tails on the back, reminds me of Verda's description of the stolen painting. The chest has been searched. I wonder where he got that fancy camera.
Blame Minecraft.
Despite the overall tendency towards mess, you cannot sit with the drawer pulled out like this. Someone left it after searching. It appears the wine was truly awful.
Oh, God, Sherlock. Did that store a little fucking chair on the roof? What? What? Knife is missing. Stabbins. We got fibers. Something on the roof. I did not see it.
The photograph was not pulled out in time. Such a waste of material. The photograph was not pulled out in time. Such a waste of material.
There we go.
Look at this, John. Isn't it our stolen demon? The blood has dried.
I've heard of this style of painting. It is called Expressionism.
What the fuck, John? What the fuck? Opposition design. True. I mean, oh, good God, he twisted his leg there. I thought it was John. Oh. Oh, ceiling. Right. Was his throat slashed?
The wound is precise. It was inflicted by a razor or a knife.
Knife we've already seen missing.
Soaked in blood. It seems as if the puddle of blood was here before the rags.
Gravity is for the pitiful. Oh, you sound like you're talking from experience there, Q. Soft torso muscles.
Judging by post-mortem rigidity, the body lay here for 1 or 2 days.
He usually gets Watson to tell him that shit. Right, bruised knuckles.
A normal kitchen knife. Could be the murder weapon.
So Daniel was regretting your business as well. Ah. Kicked him. Maybe? I don't actually know. Sure, so you also damage. Then I truly, truly hope that you didn't inherit any of him. Okay, that's theoretically possible. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. That's how it happened.
Mercurio was developing photographs when the intruder snuck in. Mercurio heard him coming. While the thief was searching the chest, the painter ran towards him with a bottle in his hand. He smashed it across the thief's head. The intruder had no choice but to defend himself, and the weapon of opportunity happened to be a kitchen knife. Mercurio stepped aside to grab the painting, but the wine-blinded thief attacked Mercurio's throat. When the thief came to his senses, he saw Mercurio bleeding on the floor. He grabbed the rags and tried to bandage him, but it was too late. Why did
Twitch keeps
Mercurio attempt
trashing
to
you? Oh,
snatch
I'm
the
sorry,
painting in the
Callie.
middle of a fight? To strike the intruder? Not with his painting, it was too important to him.
No idea what's going on with that.
It's time for some chemical magic, John.
Faster Twitch, I agree. Use flat. Body. Chemical analysis. He's caught below painter. It's a jerk. And not the good kind. Mercurio's murder wasn't the thief's goal. It's true. No, those don't colorate yet. Colorate. Yes, colorate. Correlate. It's your fault, Jeff Bezos, you rat fuck. I agree. Time for some maths. Right. So I need 3 minus 4. Okay. the fuck does that mean? Yeah, that's not what I'm trying to find out. It does have a skip button. I can just, solve this, automatically. But what the fuck does that mean? Oh, that changes from plus to negative or vice versa. Okay, so if I got... Oh, well, then... If I can do that... I can do that. 3. Bring this out. Turn that into a -4. Oh, a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I managed to erase the blood by using chemicals. It's a still life painting of Mercurio's room. Why, though? I think Sally got one thing from him drinking lots of alcohol. At least I know how to control it better than he has. That's good. That is good. If you're able to control it, it's better.
That doesn't look like the painting we need, Sherry.
As expected, but that doesn't mean it won't tell us anything. Let's put it on the easel where it belongs. I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the 2 differences, John?
2. Okay. Well, I found one thing that's different already. Potentially 2.
If the intruder didn't take it, the skull should be somewhere here.
And also...
Nothing behind it.
What's on there?
Aunt May whiskey, brandy bucks. Quite a collection he had here.
Got that. By Jack's face, some sort of slips by. I mean, Jack has told us of a time you got drunk and started messaging people.
Poor girl. John, you ought to be thrilled. We are now hunting the devil himself.
What were you saying, Sherry? I was too busy sketching the scene, crimes and such like, daily routine. Did you find something?
A photograph. It depicts a man in a red suit with tails sprouting from his back and multiple people in masks watching the scene. It all adds up. But the act of love, it wasn't given willingly, John. It was a violation. And the girl, she was with child.
Give that to me now. Did you recognize someone?
No. Although the victim is not from Cordona, she is African. Look at the ritual scars on her face.
Get that image out of your brain. You have to continue the investigation.
I must speak to the landlady. Perhaps she saw or heard something.
Sherry, you cannot tell her the truth about Mercurio. It will hurt her.
John, that's illogical. Sooner or later, she will come here and discover a corpse, and I still need to talk to her.
Just avoid mentioning corpse, all right? Stick to the character, tell her to call the police.
I'll take that into account.
And wait here. I've redrawn the people in the photograph. Now you can proceed with your investigation without those horrific details.
Well. Pleasant. What have I missed? I've missed something.
I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John?
You always take me to the best of places, Sherry. You always take me to the best of places, Sherry.
Red skin, tails on the back, reminds me of Werder's description of the stolen painting.
What have I missed? What's the other difference? This, I think.
Nothing behind it.
Because looking there...
I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John?
Yeah, that thing in the corner isn't there in the painting. So the skull's missing from there, and that is there where it wasn't before. Chess set. Did I miss something on my curio? No. Everything on them. I don't know them. Unless the last bit of evidence is not in the room, but somewhere else in here.
What's wrong, dear? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Can you tell me if anyone else has recently entered the flat?
Oh, you're talking about that limping man. I'm sorry I let him in. I was scared. And I thought maybe he would motivate you to find money so that you would pay your rent. No offense, dear.
Can you describe him?
Oh, so you weren't at home. I was so certain you didn't leave your flat that day. He was of average height, had a limp and a tattoo on his neck, and he was smoking Malpal cigarettes. My husband used to smoke those. They have a horrible smell I can recognize from a mile away.
Can I ask a favor?
Of course, dearie.
Please call the police and ask them to enter the flat, and don't look inside until they come up.
What? What trouble have you stepped in this time?
It really doesn't matter. Thank you, Mum.
Perfect gentleman. Spare the landlady's feelings. Stashed behind the skull with Mercury kept a photo of an African wild bee by my dressed as demon. With blazing chemicals, sketchy abuser, John's redrawing of a girl. All evidence collected. It was just getting the evidence from her. Aww. Ow. Punched myself a little bit too hard there.
Close. but you did everything correctly. Now, take off your outfit. I can't let you walk around in a dead man's clothes.
They're my clothes. Stop off, John. I rented them. Well, nice lad, that's copyright infringement here. What the? Fuck you, pay me. You're the one consuming this media. You're the one infringing copyright. I've got to ask people, and that's going to be pinned. I'm going to ask people about that. Still got the facial hair. Take that off, Sherlock, please. Does not look right on you. Maybe I can ask her about the woman?
You're acting so strange today, dear. I hope someday you'll let me inside that head of yours.
Slight bug there. She assumes that I'm still dressed as Mercurio. Okay. You're such a nice boy. What? What the fuck am I missing? What the fuck am I missing that both of you are in on this? Is this some kind of cultural thing? Well, no, it can't be because neither Americans nor Canadians have culture. Especially not the French Canadians. Could this be your excuse for culture? Probably better wording. The achievement. What, perfect gentleman? The fuck? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Yes. So it's what passes for culture in America and Canada. Okay.
Are you able to help me?
I can't help you, friend.
The perfect gentleman is such a nice boy. With our culture, not the UK. UK has plenty of culture. Just, you know, from other places. Spain Lily's feelings. Yeah, but why? I'm not here to defend Quebec, but you're a Brit. And you can't spell. Who's murder and galley thief are the same person? Yeah. None of those three add up. You spell good just late. Your grammar sucks as well. Why? Who do I ask about that? This dude?
Is this familiar to you?
I don't want to talk to you, mister.
I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to talk to the guy that I can't select. John, why are you still outside there as if there's something else I need to do in there?
Poor chap.
Chap. That's exceedingly British of you. Guy's had his throat slashed and he bled out on the floor. Poor chap. Who can I talk to about that? Sherry and I just visited the archive, found the paper and left. Now we have plenty of spare time. Perhaps we can visit the pub. Sherry found the file so quickly I couldn't investigate an odd sound I heard. It was probably a banshee, but now we'll never know. John's a bit weird. Were it not for his mastery of disguise, Sherlock would have also suddenly been caught. Thank goodness he got away with it. I know, this feels really obscure. Visiting the pub seems like a plan. It's the one-word question and answer in England. Pub? Pub. John's made up by Holmes. Of course he's weird. Fair point. Am I missing something? Am I missing something that explains to you who I should ask about this? Or is there a specific type of NPC walking around the place I have to try and track down and ask? Staff former singer. Turkish rescue phone, he plays harmonica.
Help me, please.
I can't help you, friend.
I don't know. I really do not know. It feels like there's nothing pointing me towards it. The way it's presented makes it feel as if I should have the answer. I honestly don't know. I really don't know. And the fact that, you know, chat isn't full of people shouting out what's, you know, that it's obvious. It's, you know, I'm not the only person in this situation, clearly. Fuck it. I'm looking up a guide. The Muse from Abroad. Sherlock Holmes, Chapter 1. The Muse from... You know, honestly, a little lost in Switch was fucking with me. Holy fair. Yep. Fuck off with the fucking cookies. Location. Gallery's okay. Gallery theft. MQ's address. Inside the apartment. Okay, the guy says you need to be wearing the square glasses, but I got in without them, so. Yep. It's a different chemical solution in the guide as well. Methinks this was done on the PC. Okay, after leaving Mercurius' house, you only should have one active objective that can be pursued. The picture of a young woman, pinned John's redrawing of a pregnant girl. So if only further mention, you need to be dressed appropriately. After using the Roman suit, you open women dressed in similar clothes as depicted on the pinned drawing. You can find several others on the map. It's just random luck. Nowhere in the game does it suggest I'd need to disguise myself and introducing random luck into it. Well, I found something I hate about this game. Fuck's sake. Right, close that down because I'm going to try and use a guide as little as possible. But that's actually kind of soured me now. Thanks, game. Thanks. So basically, I need to find someone who's dressed similarly to that, and also be wearing a worker's apron. Ah. And it says there's a fair few places that people wearing that can pop up. Sometimes around Old Town, but it's just luck.
Don't miss out. Let's pick something that suits you. Be careful with what you've taken.
Now to try and find someone who matches the description. That wouldn't be. Fucking kids around. Would a kid count?
Could you help me?
Oh, I've heard talk.
Yes. What the fuck? The scars on the girl's face seem to be from Yu's ethnic group tribe. The only place you find Yu's people in Cordona is the refugee camp located on the Victoria Bridge between Sadio and Silverton. Sadio, Silverton, Thor Bridge, Iron Bridge, Rolling Bricks Bridge, Victoria Bridge. Why is random luck in this? other thing in the game? I don't know.
Beasts!
Well, I found something going on.
Murderers!
They're completely livid.
First they come to our land, then they murder our people.
Drop them all into the sea!
May I ask for your assistance?
It's none of your business, worker.
Excuse me, just one question.
The law can't help you with that.
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what and dressed as what?
Sir, this place is off limits to the public. Please state your business or leave, or I shall request that the police escort you out.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm a private investigator. I'm looking for a witness for a case.
A private investigator? Really? Even so, you're not authorized. I can't let you in.
And you are?
I'm Ronald Harlow, here to handle the refugee situation on behalf of City Hall. I'm the acting supervisor here, so I have full authority here to ask you to leave, or I shall order the police to detain you for trying to pass the blockade. Please, step back.
Pale bags and dries, works indoors, poor lighting. Bathroom sitting hall. Slight moustache, tries to appear older. Overdressed, wants to look authoritative. He's sweating. Sweaty boy. Clean shoes, says entry. You have to stand there and look at it for long, you know, like that. It's like, I should be forced to order the police to escort you out of here. Literally what Sherlock's doing. Yeah, starts with up and down looks like. Do you want to let me in, or do you want to let me in? Let me look at your shoes. Oh, yes. Sir, you have the cleanest of shoes. Oh, yes. My, those are wonderful specimens. Let me look. Let me smell. Bite the lip, Sherlock. Bite it. Should get the police. 5 seconds later. Never mind. Scared. So, day's formalist. Ronald Harlow is a pale young clerk who tries his best to oversee a refugee camp assigned to him by City Hall. He's not very happy with such a responsibility, but he always does things by the book and executes all tasks he is given. However, he lacks experience to deal with problems outside his writing desk. He's attempting to look older than his years by growing a scant moustache, pale skin, and bag under his eyes suggests he works at a poorly office, which he rarely leaves, judging by his clean and barely worn shoes. He craves to look authoritative by wearing smart clothes, but his look is out of place considering Cordona's weather. Sweaty palms suggest that Ronald is extremely stressed by being outside his comfort zone. Ronald Harlow is a depressed young clerk. He's also by his day-to-day job. City Hall assigned him to oversee the refugee camp, but he's too tired and indifferent to solve the problems that arise. His scant moustache, which he thinks makes him look older, pale skin and bags on his eyes suggests he's tired of his dark, cramped office, which he barely leaves. Yet judging by his clean his belly worn shoes, he doesn't favour the outdoors in any case. Trading pubs just strangely motivated and a few don't see. I think he's a day's formalist, weirdly enough. Not a tired pen pusher. Yeah.
What about the murder that this crowd keeps shouting about?
It's mere assumption. I assure you that the situation is under the police's control.
I know you want to deal with this in the right way. You are obviously a professional and a responsible person, but you clearly have never handled a situation like this before.
I am handling it, Mr. Holmes. Don't question my capability here.
And tell me how you do it. You can't even calm this gathered crowd, and as for the police, they're not quite managing it either, are they? You consider yourself a problem solver, but until today, you've been solving problems sitting at your desk in a dark corner of a city hall room. Here, you need a more practical approach.
What are you driving at, Mr. Holmes?
The way he's speaking seems more pompous arse and less tired, yeah.
I can help you to handle the situation if you're truly interested in solving things quickly and quietly.
And how exactly would you manage that?
Simply tell the police that I'm with City Hall and I'm permitted to investigate the scene. I'll work out the rest, but in return I need your help finding my witness. She's a young refugee. She's with child or was with child recently.
Look, there is indeed a dead body inside the camp. So even if the girl you are looking for is there, all the refugees are now being detained and interrogated by the police. They won't allow you to speak with her, and I can't do anything about that until the situation settles down.
So it's in our mutual interest to settle it.
Oh. I suppose that things are bad enough that I ought not shy away from help. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell the police to allow you to come inside. Just tell me when you're ready.
I'm always ready to come inside. Always.
Mr. Harlow, how did the refugees end up here exactly?
Oh, so you're not from around here yourself?
I've been away for some time, but I read the papers.
Yes, this whole story has been in the papers for almost a year now. They were smuggled to Cordona on a ship from Africa.
Smuggled? Then why didn't you deport them?
The smugglers managed to sneak them to shore and hide them inside an abandoned warehouse. When the police raided the warehouse and found the refugees there, the ship was already gone. We aren't even certain as to which ship it was. We have busy shipping routes with other colonies these days, you see.
So you decided to lock them up under a bridge?
There was no other option. We're still trying to work out what to do with them. I only hope we'll find a humane solution and not put them on a raft and float them out to sea.
At least he's hopeful for that.
Mr. Harlow, what exactly do you do here? What are your responsibilities?
What I do and what I am responsible for are two different realities, Mr. Holmes. On paper, I am in charge of the camp territory, security, provision, and the refugees in general. What I actually do most of the time is knock on every City Hall door trying to obtain some funding, or at least rations for the camp.
The police here on City Hall's behalf too?
They are, minus those who came here after the body was found. The governor won't let the refugees disperse into the island, so there's a significant police presence guarding the camp. Naturally, they answer directly to the police. I have some influence here, but I'm not their direct authority.
Wait a minute, I thought we were supposed to be in the UK, not the US. We're in Cordona, wherever that is. I think it's part of the British Empire at this point in time, but yeah. Technically that is kind of United Kingdom, sort of. But no, it is definitely not, you know, what we now know as the United Kingdom. It's still part of the extended British Empire, though.
I'm ready to take a look at the scene.
All right. Go inside the camp and find Inspector Tewkesbury. He's the officer investigating the scene. Tell him I sent you. Say you're an independent expert from City Hall. He'll fill in the details for you.
I'll find my way with words. Thank you, Mr. Harlow.
Refugee camp crime scene. Pin the evidence.
So they keep these refugees under a bridge like proverbial trolls. No wonder the people outside are so disturbed.
Who the hell are you? How did you get in here?
Mr. Ronald Harlow let me in, sir. I'm Sherlock Holmes, a surveyor of refugee affairs with City Hall. You're Inspector Tewkesbury, I presume?
A surveyor? What does that even mean?
In short, I've been sent to conduct an extensive report on the incident for the Colonial Office, and to assess all the damage inflicted on state property.
Got it. Another paperworm sent to count money and get food for archive mold. Go on, look around, but don't make yourself too at home. As if I didn't have enough problems before you appeared.
Could you first tell me what happened here?
What happened? People from the bridge above the camp heard a woman screaming and saw a mass of refugees attacking a man. Clearly not a refugee. When the camp guards came by, the man was floating in the sewage canal with a knife in his chest. Bam. A murder. Big news for Cordona.
Well, this case is getting spicy.
And none of the refugees were harmed?
One fellow was cut. He's lying over there near their kitchen. He's in a bad way.
You mentioned a woman screaming who attracted the bypassers on the bridge. Was she harmed?
No, she's all right, but perhaps the whole debacle started because of her. She started wailing and the refugees stood up for the girl.
And where is this young woman now?
Back there in the shacks, same as the rest of the refugees. She's been questioned by my men, but she's just some refugee girl. Can't understand much English.
Did you learn anything about the dead man?
The fellow looks like a thug. I've had dozens like him fished out of the sea over the past 20 years. Ever since these refugees arrived, there have been people on Cordona with bad blood in them. My best bet is that this thug had something against them too.
And no clue as to his identity?
He had some items on his body, but nothing to indicate who he was or where he was from.
I think I should catalogue his possessions in my records.
Go on. They're on the table near the body.
I'm curious as to where Cordona is. I'm just searching that up. Apparently it's in Italy. Cordona is a hamlet in Piedmont and has about 105 residents. I don't think it's this place. Cordona Island. Ah, Isla Cardona. Well, that can't be it. Looking at stuff looking at Cordona, it looks honestly looks like it might be made up. It is fictional. A corrupt parochial and fictional island governed by the British. Cordona is also the home of Frogware's youthful Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, so it's a fictional Mediterranean island under British rule. There's something here to do with Cordova. Maybe. I don't know. That's that sorted at least. Thank you for hydration, Reminder Callie. My water bottle is right there and I still reach down to the floor for it. Thank you also, Callie, for your contribution to the horror stream challenge. Thank you for the hydration reminder, E. And as well for DJ.
Do you have any suspects yet?
You're joking, right? I've got a whole camp full of suspects. And if you ask me, this bloke had it coming. Better bury him and forget about the whole thing. And now there's a crowd gathered at the camp, and my superiors say we must thoroughly interrogate the refugees. At least those who can understand any English.
Do you believe that your superiors wish to get rid of the refugees?
I think that both our superiors would rather keep the story quiet. Since that's an unaffordable luxury now, they're looking how to protect their public image. That's why I have to waste my time waiting for my people to turn every stone and befriend every refugee.
Okay. Hi, John.
Here we go again. Number of hours on Cordona before stumbling upon another dead body. 0.
To be fair, we didn't stumble across this one.
Clearly a left handprint here.
Small trench in sand.
Furrow in the ground.
Our bleeding kept moving.
A blood trail leading to or from the canal. A fresh crack, as if the crate was hit recently. Someone bled profusely here.
Use. Sus. Sus. Sus.
These events have fractured into so many pieces. But I know you can collect them all, Sherlock.
Size 9, police boots.
Police boots. Always happy to trample evidence.
Outstanding observation on that blood stain. Someone bled profusely. Size 10 bare footprint. 9.5 damage
A
soul.
heavy boot with a worn-out sole.
Ooh. So we at least have, we have a same size shoe. That's what you have to say when you want to get rid of someone. Shoe. Malpals.
Malpal, soaked with salt water.
We have connections.
£1,000. A fair sum, especially considering British currency isn't very common in Cordona.
£1,000. Jesus Christ, back in the 1800s, that's a fuckload of money.
A simple leather sheath. Perfect for a dirk.
Or a dick.
Is this familiar to you?
Don't think I can help you, lad.
Oh, well, here's the body. Yoink! Oh, Sherlock says, leave it to the police to trample evidence. What happens here? Yoink out the murder weapon. I deduce this is a dagger. Stab back in. Exactly the kind of shenanigans that Sherlock would pull.
A steel dirk. Sharp. A common accessory among sailors and soldiers.
Oh no, he actually took it. I was like, put this into my pockets. Ow.
I'd say the blade penetrated upward, however the wound is too messy to be certain.
May even be the murder weapon. Typically used for peeling fruit, although this person appears to have been peeled from within. Curious. And there's a policeman stood at the foot of this corpse going, why the fuck is he kneeling down there looking thoughtful, holding the knife that he's just pulled out of the thing? Who is this person? What the fuck?
An interesting tattoo. Does it mean something?
Oh no. That might be the art thief. Fuck. Fuck.
Heavy boots.
Sometimes
One
bikers do.
sole far more worn than the other. This man was limping John.
Think we found our art thief. Debris under fingernails. Coal dust.
Coal dust under the nails. I don't see much coal around here. A violent death. This man, limping. Coal dust. I think we're onto something here, John.
The dead man from the refugee camp was the same person who broke into Vogel's gallery. Well, fuck. That's kind of put us back at square one. Oh, so in this, it says it was a Navy Dirk. Man was stabbed by a Navy dick. That happens to the best of us.
If they find out about the passage, everything will go to hell.
Find out what the passage is for.
If they find out about the passage...
Did you catch that, Sherry? I didn't. Better listen more closely.
If they find out about the passage, everything...
What the fuck is it? Oh. I hate these things. I really do.
If they find out about the...
It's like, you know, they want you to identify 3 things. 2 of them are definitely very clearly relevant. One of them is very much who knows. Money. Why is money the 3rd one? Oh my fuck! And how would you get that first time? How? Police officers are worried about the situation where the dead body will put the camp in strict lockdown and they will lose the money flow they were earning from their scheme. How would I know that? How would I know to look for that? Fuck's sake.
Nobody will know anything if you keep your bloody mouth shut.
The coppers smell fishy here, Sherry. Perhaps we should sniff around in the camp a little more thoroughly.
I suggest we could learn more about the way asking around the camp. We should do this before we leave the camp for good. The place won't be put into lockdown again. Okay.
Sherry, just look at this. Living quarters in a sewer. What kind of a genius bureaucrat came up with this idea?
Sounds like Jeff Bezos.
The cut is deep, potentially serious if not treated immediately. He is in shock, feverish and dehydrated.
Sherry, you know first aid. Surely you have a duty to help this man. You can't leave him to certain death.
Something to clean the wound, something to disinfect it, something to use as a bandage. Okay? Boiled water. Clean.
I'll use it to create a solution.
I just took it with my bare hands. Some disinfect it. And use the bandage. Okay, so I need disinfectant and bandages. Alcohol. Because when is that not a solution?
I can use this to stop the infection from spreading.
Well, there's aloe vera. I mean, it usually is. So I'm guessing that there's a lot of cloth in here. Presumably.
Better than nothing to bandage the wound.
Presumably clean.
I've collected all the ingredients now to prepare the first aid solution.
Chemical analysis. Level of reagents. Okay, so I've got one that can switch. So I've got mixing 2. What? I do not know. I don't know what that third one means. This thing. Well, one thing goes into it, one thing about. Yeah. Try this. Oh, it pluses 1. So whatever I put into that gets +1. Okay. Okay, so I've got combination, I've got plus minus, and I've got +1. Okay. Brain is not wanting to cooperate at this point in time. Sitting on the tip of my tongue. Okay, yeah, I think I've got it. I think I've got it now. Okay, you go into that to get a 4 out. You, normal. You go into this. Get that out. Combine that with that. Get that out. Then combine this with that and that. Make solution anything out of the wound, stop the bleeding. Let's go do it. Where did you come from?
Thank you. This should make you feel better, my friend. Now remain lying down and drink as much water as you can.
Well done, Sherry. At least he won't die from the infection.
That's not how that works. That is not how that works. Just immediately, thank you. You're thinking in circles. I was for a bit as well. So he should survive. Maybe he's the one I need to talk to now. It's not going to let me, is it? No.
May I ask for your assistance?
The law can't help you with that.
No, because the law's the problem in this. Oops. Well, that's happened in that. I'm going to be absolutely buggered if they've closed the refugee camp now. Like, fuck. I decided to take a dip. Never mind me. Didn't see anything by officers. Actually, maybe.
I hope I'm not making a grave mistake in trusting you, Mr. Holmes.
Grave.
You still here?
The guards at the sewers were speaking about taking refugees out of the camp. Do you know anything about this, Inspector?
Less than you do, obviously.
And this doesn't bother you as an officer of the law?
I can neither punish them nor put them on the right track, if that's what you're asking. Maybe your friends at City Hall could do something about it, but I seriously doubt that. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of being frowned on for my uniform. If those fine gentlemen you've eavesdropped on are in some shady business, that's on their heads.
Doesn't be the okay. Back to the evidence.
Oh, carnelian agate beads, a traditional African adornment. The blood sprayed off the blade after the strike.
What blade? I see no blade, I see a stick.
No hint of blood or impact. It might have been used as an improvised weapon. Someone was dragged against their will. You know what? I'd like to understand.
What?
How did our dead man end up inside the camp in the first place?
The refugees have been detained and will not leave until all the circumstances are clarified.
Maybe the Dirk is a blade. Possible. But also, have you considered penis? So what's the options? Well, there's one. Boat? Unlikely.
It's unlikely anyone could get in or out of the camp by water without alerting the police guards.
Why is he hostile? I saved his life! Eight feet. Short.
No, it's too short for these walls or cliffs.
Falling just about a foot disrupts Sherlock's deductions.
Sealed shut. I doubt our man could get through these grates.
The main door?
A single Malpal butt. Roadman cigarettes. A brand highly regarded by law enforcement officers. So there wasn't any sophisticated infiltration plan. The good old police just let the man into the camp. Now we have everything we need to get the full picture of what happened at the camp.
But do we?
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall lubberheads. I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall lubberheads. I'm busy.
Okay, so I can't talk to him about more evidence. Well, shit.
City Hall lubberheads.
I think I might have screwed up there. That's more likely. Okay, let's start over here. Yeah, no, that wouldn't have been it. Yeah, that fits. That looks more likely, yeah. Oh. He fell on his own sword.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Oh, of course, because it's face down. There we are,
So
yeah.
we have a thug who came to take a refugee woman with him. She resisted, but he dragged her by force. One of the refugees stood in his way, armed with a stick, yet he could do nothing against a cutthroat with a blade. The man didn't anticipate that the other refugees would intervene and stand against him. In the confusion, the woman managed to break free. The thug took fright and fled. He was stopped by the falling crates. He stumbled and fell, piercing his chest with his own blade. However, the wound didn't cause instant death. He managed to stand, but still bleeding, he lost his balance on the bridge and fell. Before all of this, the man had freely entered the camp through the main entrance. The police admitted him after they had a short smoke together.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword. In our man's case, it's the same sword.
God damn it, John. They tried to drag the girl away, but did not hurt the girl. Not trying to that intended to kill the woman, but had the opportunity to kill her, but that wasn't his goal. He's not merely a thief, but also a kidnapper, henchman, and takes on various roles. Wow, John, I know, right? No kidnapping, how the intruder gets into the camp. What we need to talk to someone about. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You still here?
I had evidence.
Don't bother someone else with this, son. I've already told you all I've learned.
What is this?
Inspector, I believe I can aid your investigation. I know who the dead man is and what really happened here.
You do? Well, good for you. But I'm afraid I'm not the one you need to share your findings with. Speak to Mr. Harlow here. He's the one responsible for settling things in the camp.
You don't even care to listen?
Oh, I do care. And maybe even more than I need to. But I'm only here today to lock the place up, question witnesses, and file the facts. It's sad, but coming up with conclusions is not among my tasks here. You fellows at City Hall do that. Anyway, speak to the supervisor. I'll just stand by and listen to what you have to say.
Anything in my conclusion, talk to supervisor, tell them my plans.
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill?
Fine.
City Hall lubberheads.
Mr. Harlow, your refugees didn't murder anyone.
What? Pray tell me what you've learned.
All right, listen carefully. This might solve one problem for you, but will create a few more.
Oh, well, that's a great start.
The man came to the camp intending to kidnap one of your refugees, a woman. What he didn't expect was that the refugees would stand up to protect the woman. A brawl had broken out. In the chaos of it, the man stumbled over those crates and fell on his own blade.
How do you know he fell on his own blade?
The wound in his chest was inflicted from an unusual angle. It was not an offensive stab, shall we say. The refugees didn't touch him. And
that
judging by
trafficking.
the blood at the scene, the intruder managed to raise himself but was unable to walk very far. He ultimately fell into the canal.
But how did he sneak into the camp? Why didn't the police see him?
And this is where your new problems emerge, Mr. Harlow.
What do you mean?
You're not a dull-witted man. You know what I mean. There is no feasible way to get into the camp without the police guards knowing of it.
The pile of mess I had to sort out has just become bigger, but somehow that doesn't surprise me. Anyway, I thank you for your help, Mr. Holmes. I'll take it from here. Meanwhile, I'll make sure the police aren't detaining the refugees any longer. You can go back in and look for your witness.
You think one small clerk can make any difference in this place?
Who knows, John? Just one ill-fitting cog could make the whole machine crumble.
I owe you a lot, Mr. Holmes.
So, ACAB even now in video games? Yeah, pretty much. We don't have Lestrade here, so we're good. We can just, you know, we can use the blanket statement. We're good.
You're disturbing a hornet's nest here, son.
Excuse me, just one question.
They often take us from the camp to work. Most don't mind, though. It's the only way to get a glimpse of freedom.
According to the refugees, some shady people regularly visit the camp and take refugees away with them to perform various work. The work is usually hard, but refugees receive money and food. The girl was abused after she was supposedly taken to such work. Since then, the refugees decided not to allow their women to be taken.
So there's a smuggling ring in the camp. This wasn't the first time that someone freely entered the camp to take a refugee out.
At least it was certainly his last time. My gut tells me that we'll learn more about this ring when we find out where the thug came from.
It's not you. Are you two? African refugee, daydreaming, friendly? No. Very fast, so I'm free to go. Love you. No problem at all, Callie. Thanks for coming in as long as you did, and see you later. And have yourself a good sleep. That's sympathetic. Sarah, hello and welcome. I've just been thinking a couple of weeks ago that it's been some time since I've seen you, my friend. How are you? It's been a while, indeed it has. How have you been? It's not you.
You're the one who tended to our man's wounds. I thank you greatly. The police didn't allow us to help him.
The police...
Okay, good. Glad to hear it.
I've proven to them that the man who came into the camp died due to his own foolishness.
Thank you for standing up for us. But nobody would help us without a reason. You're
saying that you had food.
Yes, I do. I need to speak with
Good
the
point.
girl drawn here.
The dead man came for her too. He wanted to take the girl away, but we won't allow her to be hurt again. What do you want from Nayla?
Nayla. She was hurt some time ago. I'm here to find the people who did this and bring them to justice. And to find them, I need Nayla's help. Will you let me speak to her?
Justice. There's no justice on this land. But you helped us, so maybe your words are not empty. You can speak to Nayla, if she wants it. But I will be watching you.
Been reading so much, we'll be posting some stuff on the Discord. Go for it.
Hello, Nayla? My name is Sherlock. I know someone hurt you. I am here to help. I'm trying to find the people involved and bring them to justice. Please. There is a photograph, and I'm sorry, it is terrible, but I simply must ask. Where did this happen? What can you tell me about these people? Christ, Sherlock. Nayla, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this.
You come here for me, but you are rude and cruel and condescending. A cross. The man had this cross. Now go away. Leave us be. I do not need another white man's help.
Oh, glad that wasn't me.
Not my best work, John, by a long shot. Nayla doesn't want us meddling. I'm starting to wonder what this all achieves.
But she helped you anyway. Now we know that maniac's face and the cross he wore, we can still catch him.
Badges such as these are usually awarded to high-ranking officials. The file from the photograph might be one. Sketch of the abuser. Because officer. Now drew a peculiar cross-shaped badge she saw on the watcher's chest. Badge like this usually awarded to high-ranking officials. Not many of these visitors, let alone work on the island. Right. I don't think yeah, it's on someone. But by chance, a very important thread in this case, and this tattoo might help me pull it. So I need to talk to people about the tattoo, but I don't know who. Maybe the officials. Or you, perhaps.
At least some of your kind have a hat. Thank you again.
So the sketch of the abuser. I can use that to get. I can go to the city hall for that. Look up official documents.
You still here?
The intruder has a most peculiar tattoo on his neck, 2 lines and a point. Do you know anything about it?
You really want to know, kid? Why? You want to play a policeman or something?
I'm sure you have it in your records, so it won't hurt if I have it in mine.
In my records, it's just a tattoo, as it should be in yours. Ah, to hell with you. Suit yourself as to what you're going to do with it. Off the record, though, such tattoos are often connected to a man named Mr. Niccolo Bernadotti.
Bernadotti, you say?
A respectable businessman in Scaladio. His company imports goods and wines, and smuggles everything that can be smuggled between the colonies and the mainland. His people can be identified by an obscure tattoo, just like the one over there our friend has. But these are all merely rumors, you see. If Mr. Bernadotti was a criminal, he'd be in prison now. Or hanged, right?
Right. The evidence collected. And? There we go. So that is definitely the City Hall Archives. That also could be City Hall Archives. Okay. Oh, I can't fast travel while I'm here. Can I change? I can change. Yeah. Don't actually need to fast travel, it's right there in front of me. Even with PS5 loading times, it probably would be faster just to run. I don't know, maybe. Who knows? I think judging by the lack of Q's response, they've gone to go and actually make food. Or eating it, or falling asleep. Right, okay, so... businessman. Gladio. Occupation. Bernadotti Company Limited summary. Established 1873 by Niccolo Bernadotti. Main office southeastern Scaladio, Bazaar Road near the crossing with Roman Road. Bernadotti Company Limited ships goods between African British companies and the rest of the United Kingdom, including Cordona. Imported products include wine, food, wine, coffee, everyday goods, and more. The founder of the company is Mr. Niccolo Bernadotti. Born in Sicilia, Italy, Mr. Bernadotti moved to England as a 39-year-old businessman. Later the same year, he moved his base of operations to Cordona. In his words, to be close to the colonies he has business in. Since Mr. Bernadotti's arrival in Cordona in 1873, he has become a notable patron of the arts and investor in Cordona's social well-being. Among his latest contributions is the purchasing of new equipment for the police station, aiding the governor in bringing the airship called Led Zeppelin across from Germany. Ooh dear. Ooh dear. Well, that voice line wasn't. Right, so where is it? Southeast Scaladio, Bazaar Road near the crossing with Roman Road. Roman Road. Bazaar Road. Now we are Bazaar Road, near the crossing of the Roman Road. So, there. Where's the other bit of evidence I need? Let's get to the abuser. So, we want... Red, hello and welcome. You celebrate the 4th of July because you love America. I celebrate the 4th of July because I hate the British. We're not the same. Now, hello, British person. You shouldn't be celebrating the 4th of July. There's nothing to celebrate about it. America needs to do better. A lot better. I'm wondering if I could actually find them in City Hall now, considering, you know, sure, I've got officials. That's there. Okay, let's try official British. America really is horrid. My existence might be illegal soon. I mean, to be fair, mine already is, just not in this country. Nationalism is stupid. It is. Welcome back, Q. Have you eaten? If not, go have food. Hey, I got it. Thomas Norton, born 1840 in London, graduated from the University of Oxford in 1864 and 1869, started working as a Home Office as a secretary. In 1875, took a position as a military commissioner in India, honoured by the Queen herself with the Order of the Bath in 1877. 1st March 1878 was appointed as the British envoy in Cordona with his own cabinet in City Hall. So even he's got on and jumped on the food thing. So we have Thomas Norton here in City Hall. Well, someone here's got to know about that. Maybe our dear receptionist. Well, I can't get a moment of peace. It's late for you. You should eat.
Have you found anything helpful?
That's an help. Is any more I'm going to pop? Have you eaten?
Could you help me?
I'm sorry, but I've never heard of that.
Someone first feed themselves, I'll let him join and feed them for them.
Could you help me?
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on purpose?
There's the man himself. There's the twat badger.
If you're here on matters of signing up for military service, come back tomorrow. Our department needs to straighten out some business.
Observe. Facial hair, no time to shave. Didn't sleep last night. I wonder why. Well worn, never removed. Wine? Wine not? I would have thought there'd be something on his shoes. But no. Ah. Rumpled clothes. Stays at work late. A red wine stain on his wrist and his unshaven face indicate a lazy attitude towards his duty. The Order of the Bath looks quite worn. The man is proud of it and never takes it off. Wrinkled clothes and red eyes may mean he didn't return home last night. Instead of work, this man would rather lose himself in depravity and alcohol. See, there's a nice art and point of evidence. The bath looks quite worn. The man is proud of it, never takes it off. The red stain on the wine he recently drank wine. His clothes are wrinkled. He barely bothers to shave. His red eyes indicate he must have suffered from insomnia or deep anxiety. Let's see if he lives with a nightmare, attempting to rid himself of his terrible memories of past mistakes. I'm going to say depravity because, you know, the whole nasty business he was involved in.
Staring at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure. Didn't you hear what I just said?
On my way here, I was wondering whether you might regret what you did. I tried my best to retain at least a shred of faith in humanity. I had hoped that you would hear her scream, see her face in your dreams, or at least once asked yourself how Naylor might feel.
Who?
Neither of my hopes were fulfilled.
Why are you here?
Punch him in the face! I want to do it. See, Sherlock is still cute as fuck too. I mean, this is before, you know, this is before him becoming the famous Sherlock Holmes. I want to punch him. I really want to punch him. He says do it. I want to punch him and show the photograph. I want to do both. Fuck it, punch him.
You defiled a girl who was with child. Don't even pretend that you regret what took place. Do you wonder why I came here? It is because I am disgusted with people like you, and the only way in my mind to rid the world of your ilk is to see you hanging from the gallows.
All right, all right. Is it about money, as you said in the letter? I have it, all right? There's no need for violence.
I've never written a single word to you. As you can see, I have a more direct approach.
That letter, it wasn't from you. So what do you want?
Answers, to start with.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk.
Give him to the dark side.
Mr.
One of the LA Noir options is this. Oh, Sherlock.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Respect? That's an unusual word in your mouth, Mr.
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas Norton, a British envoy in Cordona on a military mission. So, where do we start?
You mentioned blackmail. Tell me about it.
All right. A couple of days ago, I received an anonymous letter. It said that in the art gallery at Caravansary there exists a painting that incriminates me. The blackmailer made it clear that if there is a painting, then a photograph exists too. And I should be wary of what it might do to my reputation.
What does the blackmailer
I'm kind of glad it didn't show in the photograph.
Of course. What else do such people want? Needless to say, I don't remember anyone taking photographs at the party. Up until the last moment, I hoped he was bluffing. But he wasn't, as you've just proven to me.
Show me the letter.
I burnt it as soon as I read it. I've left enough evidence. There's no need for any more.
So, let's return to the beginning. What happened at the party?
I vaguely remember that night. As usual at such parties, you meet people, you talk with them, they invite you to spend some time alone with them. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong company, and somebody must have mixed some psychoactive substance in my drink. After that, it's all blurry. I completely lost my sanity. I made a terrible mistake which I regret deeply.
You don't say. Do refugee girls often appear on the menu at those types of parties?
It's rather rare.
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a vulnerable woman unable to accuse you of assault?
I would never have planned such a terrible thing. What happened was just bad circumstance.
The painting that depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen by a mercenary. Did you have anything to do with it?
I might be a rotten person, sir, but hiring criminals for illicit purposes is not in my daily schedule.
And buying the painting in an attempt to hide the crime, is that on your daily schedule?
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such a situation.
You're young. I could never have imagined myself in my current position. Yet, here I am in front of you. We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes. And I'm no exception.
You catch the last stream, boy, I already hate this guy. This is the first time we've met him. This is absolutely the first time. Because we started this stream on the beginning of a whole new case.
Boniface Mercurio, does the name mean anything to you?
He's an artist, right?
The one responsible for the painting that compromises you. I found him dead in his room.
Oh, That is bad. Wait, you don't think that I have anything to do with this?
You had motive to kill him.
Maybe I did, but listen. I know how this looks, but murder? That's on another level. I had thoughts that this Mercutio...
Mercurio?
Well, him, yes. I thought he could have been the blackmailer. But I was too afraid to make any hasty decisions. There were plenty of ways to fail by making a move, so I chose to wait. To see what he would do next. You have to believe me.
I don't believe people, I believe evidence.
Then look at the evidence. Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work and uncompromising dedication to the Crown. I made a mistake, but I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure fiction. By putting me behind bars, you will benefit precisely no one.
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but I have a better idea. You will make amends and help the ones you hurt. Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs. There must be a meaning to your position and my decision.
Yes, all right, I can do that. So, will you give me the photograph now?
That's not all.
Ah, gets to do
Naylor
both.
deserves the very utmost of what you can do.
Help the girl? I can't risk the press paying extra attention to her. I will do anything except that.
I need to think this all through. Don't do anything foolish in the meantime.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Such is the arrogance of British imperialism. I take your point.
Oh. The envoy's interest in the photograph is pragmatic. If he obtains it, nothing will threaten his reputation. Visitor's intention might have been to locate the terrible photograph. Missed that one. The thief was at Mercurio's flat to steal the photograph, but found Mercurio instead and killed him in self-defense. All refugees are victims of the system. The situation they're in must and can be mended. We don't choose one another. No, but I do have to choose this. Merciless just the envoy wants to secure his reputation. The British envoy violated Naylor the refugee during the party. Were this photograph and the other crimes be released, it would ruin his career, or perhaps I could use that leverage to help the refugee camp. Merciless justice, the envoy could neither be trusted nor forgiven for what he did. Humiliation or ostracization that from an outraged Cordona, the least he deserves. Give the photograph to Vogel so he can make everything public. Or, small evil for the greater good, Thomas Norton is a debaucher who has committed a terrible act. Even though he deserves to be brought to justice, I cannot overlook the opportunity to do a greater good. Give the envoy the photograph in exchange for the refugees' legislation. Fuck, that's a tough one. That is a real tough one. Fucking hell. Oh, that's surprisingly hard. Yeah. I'm gonna go back because I can come back to that and choose and look at it anytime I want. Avoid testimony. Maybe I need to look into Bernadotte more. There may be more evidence that I'm missing. It might not just be Norton. I mean, in fairness, Norton has admitted to his part of it. Bernadotte is the one who tried to steal Naylor away, so that's That's going to be a decision that's going to be bugging me. Where are you? You're there, you're the Bernadotty Company. Where is there's the closest fast travel point. Hmm. Northeast Gladio Bazaar Road is crossing with Roman Road. Is this it? No, it's a bookstore. Monty Day Pegney. It's tea room. Bazaar Road. Oh, it's on Bazaar Road. Near the crossing. Bazaar Road now? No, I am really not. This is Bazaar Road. Yes. So it's on this road near that crossing. We can name. Trattoria? What the fuck is a trattoria? Be this, would it? Ah.
It seems they're not expecting guests. I won't wait for an invitation, John.
Front door to the Bernadotty Company is going to be. You should find another way in. It's a very big building. Let's go up the tradesman's entrance. But okay, so nothing out that end. Maybe around the other side then. What does that say? Okay.
Is this familiar to you?
I'm sorry, but I've never heard of that.
Well, I wondered just because, you know, he'd appeared out of there. Ah.
This earthenware came a long way from the Staffordshire potteries.
These workers don't look like your average Cordona folk.
They're refugees from the camp. Porcelain friend for every child.
Thanks. Wine? Why not?
Shipped from Cape Town. The wine route from colony to colonies.
That's our way in, Sherry.
Hey, yo. This is private property. You lost something.
Good day, sir. I've been sent by City Hall to see Mr. Bernadotty about...
Mr. Bernadotty isn't seeing anyone. You have 3 seconds to walk away or you'll never walk again. Capito?
It's in Mr. Bernadotti's best interest to...
1.
Listen, the man Bernadotti sent to...
2.
I did try to resolve this peacefully.
Short temper. Punch first, ask questions later. Love it.
I'm coming for you.
Oh, awesome. Got a fight scene as well. Woo.
No, you killed him.
Was trying to aim for his No. Punching is always the answer. Oh, for fuck's sake. Really? Really, game? Thank you.
Don't bother moving. You've lost. Take a rest, my friend.
The snuff's ready.
Have begun. Punching is always the answer. Why they see it flashy, I know, right? Off with your hat.
I couldn't miss the party.
Ow.
Don't bother moving.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Here, shot him a gun.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Oh, thud, 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 was he?
No more crime for you until next month.
We can overcome the brute now.
Yeah, not that easily, though. Ow. Come on, follow me through that. Follow me through it. Ah, yeah, pizza. This guy's getting annoying to take down. There we go.
Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff.
I've just noticed that John's actually sat on... sat watching all this.
Give him the pepper snuff.
No more crime for you until next.
The snuff's ready.
He's only on fire. He's fine. I know, right? Shoot someone in the top of the head. 4. No, no. Arrest 25 enemies. Ha. Give him the pepper snuff. The spicy powder.
Sherry, look. This seems familiar.
Well, what do you know?
A Dogon statue from West Africa.
Snuff is ready. That ass. We started with an ass, we're going to end with an ass.
Masks, traditional for the Chokwe people of Central Africa. VH Grindley Flow Blue Tableware. This is what lies behind the facade of Bernadotte Company Limited.
Gary, hello and welcome. Just came to tutor your chat before bed. Bye. Thanks for popping in, Gary. And have yourself a good night. So last facts. Right. Okay, so that's that. And that is where I'm going to be ending stream for today. So yeah, that was good. That's continued to be good. There's a couple of issues. Like that whole thing about having to be wearing the right clothing and track down someone who just happens to look like this in order to progress. That was a bit iffy. That was a bit total moments. Good night, Kiri. Thanks for coming in as long as you did. Yeah, but aside from that one detail, this game continues to be very, very good. I'm very, very impressed by it. Really enjoying it. Oh, but yeah, that is where I'm going to be ending for today. Thank you all very much for coming along, for all your support, in whatever way you've chosen to show it. It's all greatly appreciated. Special shout out goes to Callie for the 5 gifted subs, and congratulations go out to Asabi Fire, Aki, Gothic, Josie, and Ichkan for receiving the gifted subs, because those are done wholly randomly. Next stream for me, though, is going to be tomorrow at 1 AM GMT? No, it's not GMT, it's BST still. Keep doing that. So that's in about 21 hours' time, where I'm going to be going back to Bioshock 1 on hard mode, continuing going through that. We've just taken down Cohen. That's it. We finished Arcadia. We are now into Hephaestus. We're actually getting close to the end of the game now. Bioshock 1, it sadly is a very short game. It very sadly much is. And then we'll be going into Bioshock 2 when that's over. After that, RPG Thursday will be on Thursday at 4 PM BST, where we will be starting off Wasteland 3. Quite possibly on the hardest difficulty level. I feel spicy. We'll be trying to finish Wasteland 3 on Supreme Jerk setting. That's going to be fun. It's going to be real fun. But yeah. So, I will see everyone later. Until the next stream, thank you all very much for coming along, for your support, as I've said. It's all very much appreciated in whatever way you've chosen to show it. But until then, have yourselves a good rest of your night, a good evening, a good day, a good morning, a good afternoon. Whatever the time is for you. Till then, though, stay safe, stay amazing, and see you later. Bye.